What's up, everyone? It's Chicks in the Office with Rhea and Fran, giving you that Friday energy on a Friday, and it is a big episode indeed.
Packed, jam-packed. I walked in here with a little pep in my step. So many great topics, so much going on. This is great because now we're getting back into it. This is the time where, even though we're sad that summer's coming to an end, we're going into fall. We got fall TV. And on top of that, we got the Met Gala this week on Monday. The Met Gala is literally on Monday.
It is game time.
Yeah.
It is. The celebrities also take a break during the summer from their
Things
shenanigans.
are heating up.
They're heating up. We have so much to talk about, and we're gonna get to all of that.
Yep.
But first, obviously, we're gonna talk about some other things. Fran, how you doing today? Obviously, you just
I
said
just
you
said
got a
pep in my step.
You got a pep in your step. I also got a pep in my step today because you got a pep in your step. Although people keep shitting on my outfit today.
Rhea has done an incredible job of looking very cute every time she comes to work. Like summer, she's been popping off with the fits. Every time she comes in, it's something new and cute, and like everyone loves it. It's rainy today, and she came in her Barstool Sportsbook sweatshirt.
I'm gonna stand up.
Yeah, and these like gray pajama pants that aren't even sweatpants. They're like, because they're like wide legged, you know,
Straight up pajama pants.
Yeah, straight up pajama pants.
Sneakers I haven't worn in 5 years.
Yes, like that looks so, but the sweatpants, I mean, the pants look so comfortable where as soon as I just walked in, when I saw you, I was like, you look cozy. And everyone has proceeded to make a comment about your outfit
At
today.
least 6 people have said something to me today. Like Daniela was like, "Oh, that's the best outfit you've ever worn, Rhea." And then I walk in and Noah's like, "Oh, you got a rainy
Look
day
nice
outfit
today."
I'm just like, "Oh, okay, I'll go fuck myself one day. I'm a little tired."
It's just because you always dress so well that the one day
I appreciate
you
it.
wear like the pajama clothes, everyone's like,
But
"Are
it works
you
with
okay?"
the rain. Of
course. Oh,
If you came in like
It
it was
was
really
very-
sunny, I'd be like, damn.
Something's going
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
Glenn was like, "Rhea, are you in a bad mood today?" Yeah. I was like, "No, I'm in a
No,
great
it's
mood.
literally just the rain.
Just the rain. No, I'm comfy cozy today. You're comfy cozy too."
Yeah,
We
I
have
felt I felt the same way.
If we cuddled, it would be amazing.
Yeah, I felt the same way waking up today. But like I said, this week there's just been so much going on.
I want to talk about my past weekend really quickly
Yes.
because I know people will appreciate
Oh
this.
shit, I forgot.
I forgot. Yeah. So I was out with Dylan, Hannah, and Tyler this weekend, and a couple of other people. We had a really fun time. You couldn't make it. You were in
Yeah, I
Denver.
was in Denver.
Oh my God, you were in Denver.
That's why I just
Yes.
I was like, oh shit, I did cool stuff
Yes.
last weekend too.
You were in Denver, Red Rocks. We'll talk about that. But we went out. We had a great time. So much fun. Love seeing those people.
Yeah.
But it was funny because Tyler had put on his story a picture of me, him, and Hannah G,
Yeah.
and wrote, "Love hanging out with my favorite single ladies." Obviously a very clear joke.
Yeah.
Because him and Dylan are close.
Yeah.
So when they troll, he likes trolling them. Like he
And
likes
that's like
making
an
a joke.
ongoing joke with Tyler and Dylan. Like when we're all together, Tyler will like put his arm around Hannah.
Oh yeah,
and be like,
he was doing it this weekend. Yeah,
Dylan.
it's funny. It's
Yeah, he
just,
does
you know,
it to annoy his friends.
Right, it's funny
Yeah.
because everyone's friends. So this TikTok went viral.
Very funny.
And many people have sent it to me now about. Everyone was like, "Oh my God, what's going on with Dylan and Hannah?"
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Tyler wrote she was single, and then Dylan was on the next story, and he was calling Dylan single.
Yeah.
And it's so funny that people take things literally. Like they can't. Some people
I
can't.
mean, we do that to
No,
people's
no.
stories sometimes.
We do, but a lot of times we're like, "Oh, they might be joking."
Yeah.
Like it's hard for people to grasp a joke sometimes. So that TikTok went viral. I was like cracking up. Hannah had to put on her story like, "Hey guys, just letting you know I'm not single." Dylan is right next to me. But it was funny. They were a great time. We
man.
had a good time with them.
Yeah, I was jealous I was not with you guys, but I truly had the best time at Red Rocks. And like I said before we did the Bachelor in Paradise recap, it's such a cool place. Like if you can, to see a concert there is amazing. The Jonas Brothers, I met so many sweet people. Everyone there was so nice. The Jonas Brothers are so great. And you know, and,
Yes, they are.
And what is great, but then also like kind of makes me sad is that like I get so excited still when I have the tiniest interactions with them. Like I commented on Joe's picture that he posted like Red Rocks tonight, whatever. I said, can't wait. He liked my comment. I was like freaking out. And Kevin will answer me on Instagram sometimes. Nick lost cause, but
Nick posted a hot picture on Instagram yesterday.
yeah, what? Of course he did, but it's just so funny because those little interactions get me so excited. And then I met these girls who were so
you were
nice.
blowing up my phone about it.
Yeah, I was. I
love it.
I literally
though,
was so excited. And I met these girls that were so nice. And one of them was like, "Oh, are you going to see them?" And I was like, "No."
Yeah, we're hanging out after.
Wow. I was like, I really, really appreciate that you think that I'm at that level where I am like invited after the show and shit. So not. I'm at the level
You
where
should be, though.
I'm at the level where like Joe Jonas is liking my Instagram comment and I'm like, everyone look at my phone. I'm like, guys, look.
What if you messaged Kevin before the show being like, hey, what are you doing after the show?
Hey, bestie.
I see, this is a thing. I never would. I'm way too nervous.
What if you were
I would
drunk?
have to be asked.
What if you had some of Nick's tequila in you?
No. Did you know that I meant to tell you this the other day? Did you know that we have to do a taste test? There's like multiple bottles of Kendall Jenner's tequila behind the bar in the office.
I had it this weekend.
Unbelievable. Was it good?
Yes, I had a.
You're canceled.
I haven't tried it.
I had one shot of it, so I can't really give like a.
Okay.
It tasted like tequila to me. You know what I mean? Like,
So not that great.
Tasted like cultural appropriation.
Oh no.
okay, no. I only had one shot of it, so I can't really, and I'm not like a tequila connoisseur, so I can't be like it was. I liked it though. I mean, I like tequila, so you're not really a big tequila fan.
No, I'm not. I exclusively Villa One.
Yes, you like exclusively Villa One.
Exclusively Villa One. But it was a great show, and they switched up a couple songs. They played a new song, which was cool. But then there was a big moment that everyone's been talking about because they've been posting it a bunch on social. There was a proposal in like the fifth row. Like a guy got down on one knee. His girlfriend loves the Jonas Brothers. Very, very cute. The guy was like dressed in the overalls that Joe has worn at a show. Like he went all out. And they were posting it. They posted it. And it was so cute because they were literally singing "When You Look Me in the Eyes." And this guy gets down on one knee and proposes. And from the outside, I'm watching the video and I'm like, that is so beautiful. Like, oh my God. And a bunch of people tagged me in it being like, oh my God, this is Francesca's dream. I would like to say getting proposed to at a Jonas Brothers show is my worst nightmare.
And I know why.
I don't want to mix my love for them with my love for my fiance or boyfriend or whatever. Just separate things.
You don't want Nick to see you getting engaged.
No!
God, no. You're a single woman around Nick.
I am unmarried. Yes.
Single. That means unmarried.
Yeah, exactly. It's just, so it was funny because I was like, no, literally so happy for them.
Joe gets down on one knee. You're like, no,
Don't
not
do
in front
it.
of them.
Don't do
Who are you?
Plus, like, God.
What a weirdo,
So
some
it's those
random
memes,
person.
Like, you're not my babe, or like
That would
around
also be
someone,
his
like-
worst nightmare. But it is it's very sweet of this guy who like knows his girlfriend loves him so much and
Yes.
clearly gave her this moment that is like, oh my God, amazing. There was another person that had a sign that said walking down the aisle to, a Jonas Brothers song. Very, very cute. For me personally, because I just want I want my engagement, the moment to just be like, I'm totally focused on him. I'm not really, even if people are around, family, I don't want to be like looking around. Like, I don't want to be like, Nick Jonas is right there.
Do you want family members around when you get proposed to?
I don't mind, yeah. But not like visible. They can be hiding somewhere.
I want to be proposed to in private. I don't even want them watching,
Yeah.
but I want them all to come out for the celebration
yeah.
right after.
Yeah.
Like, I
like
don't be
that
there
too.
for the moment. I'm going to get embarrassed.
I like that too. Certainly not at a Jonas Brothers show.
Certainly
I would
not
prefer.
at a Jonas Brothers show.
I really I go into a different mindset at the Jonas Brothers shows. Like, I'm 13 again, and I can't mix those two things in my brain. They don't compute.
You got to keep that separate. You got to keep the Jonas Brothers
Yes.
stuff separate. You got your whole Jonas friend group.
Yes. But it was like a shed a tear moment for this couple. It was so beautiful. And then they had the band. They were like, she said yes. Like, everybody cheered. It was very nice.
That sounds lovely. I really want to get to Red Rocks. It looked unbelievable. Your videos on Instagram looked so cool.
Really
I can't
cool.
even imagine just being out in Denver in general. I'm sure it was fun. Good
was.
time. I think
A lot of breweries.
It's funny you only go out to Denver for the Jonas Brothers.
I know.
Yeah,
I exclusively travel to Denver.
that
for
is
the Jonas
actually
Brothers.
really funny.
Yeah.
So the next time they're there, maybe I'll go.
Yeah.
Maybe next year.
I wonder if they'll ever play there again. I know they loved it, but like that was their first, also the band's first time ever playing it at Red Rocks.
Oh, they'll do it again.
So I would think if they do like another outside tour, summer tour, that maybe they would do it again. But of course, they make more money when they play arenas.
Right. But it's fucking Red
Oh wait,
Rocks.
how many? Like, is it small? Like, how many people actually can like fit?
Yeah, I think it's like less than 10,000 people.
Oh shit. Damn. That is
Intimate.
small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Less than 10,000. Intimate.
Yeah.
But like I said before, we're back. We're getting closer to fall TV, things like that. There's been so much that I'm excited for. We got a Salt Lake City trailer. We got a Winter House trailer. Finally. Thank
God.
Very funny moment. The Salt Lake City trailer is so serious because Jen Shah's literally getting her ass arrested. And there is a split second moment where the crew is outside the van that all the other women are on. And I don't know if it's someone from Bravo or Jen Shah's team or whatever it is, but there is someone in a Chicks in the Office.
We'll tell you who it is.
Friday Energy. Oh, we have
I forgot
it?
to fill you guys in on this.
We have a Chicks in the Office Friday Energy sweatshirt, and her back is to the camera, so it is just bold letters Friday Energy. Our
If she
sweatshirt.
was getting cuffed in that sweatshirt, that would have been the greatest thing of all time.
It would have been amazing. So somebody DM'd Glenn and wrote, "Yo, Glenn, could you send this to Rhea, Fran, and Noah? It's the video release of Jen from Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Jen arrested. My sister is the one in the Chicks in the Office hoodie.
That's amazing.
So this girl,
she
I don't
works
know
for Bravo,
who
I
she
guess,
is,
or production.
is wearing the Chicks in the Office hoodie. So somehow there's a connection here. This
It's
person.
just
the cop
incredible.
wearing it?
I
would be
cannot
on-
like.
the cops pull up in Friday Energy sweatshirts.
I'm gonna pee my pants like watching the episode and being like, yes, because that looks so good. Winter House
I can't
also
believe
looks amazing.
We were technically present for Jen Shah's arrest.
Yeah. Our merch saw it happen.
With their own eyes.
Yeah. So those are two things that I'm.
Oh, and did you see
extremely
the
looking
new
forward
trailer
to.
for the movie with Leonardo DiCaprio?
Yeah.
That looks so good.
Yep.
Jonah Hill.
Man.
Yep.
That cast is crazy.
Those two just always do a pretty good job
Leo?
together, huh?
And Jonah.
Yeah. Dynamic duo.
I love them together.
Yeah. They make great movies.
I would even,
Oh boy.
I don't know if I should say, you know what? I'll say it. Leo in Wolf of Wall Street and Jonah Hill in Wolf of Wall Street, I would still fornicate with Jonah Hill in Wolf of Wall Street.
Wait, what?
Over Leo.
Not over Leo, just together, both of them.
Threesome.
Threesome.
Jonah Hill in The Wolf of Wall Street is
You
not
like, I think you need to like have a threesome or something because you have nonstop been talking about threesomes and you never have before.
I also would hate a threesome because too much. I want the attention to be on me.
Yeah.
Well, the attention would be on you with two guys.
Well, yes, I would. I potentially. I wouldn't actually with two guys. It's just a joke. Just a joke. Or maybe I would. I'm not going to never say never. We're heading down a bad path right now. All right. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. Do we have anything else you want to touch on before we get into the topics?
To the people who get very upset when I speak
Oh,
so
shush.
crudely.
Your thoughts
Fuck
about
off.
the Drake album, maybe?
Oh, love the Drake. Well, here's the thing. I wouldn't say I love the Drake album so much. I love a couple songs on that album.
I think it's like when Drake drops an album, it's just this like few hour moment of like everyone freaks out and like you can't help but like get caught up in it. I like a lot of the songs.
I do like a lot of the songs. I wish we could play the beginning of the album right now. Like, there's nothing more I wish than to just play the beginning of that.
But-
you know the chills that went down your spine when you first heard that.
I was editing here and I'm like, I was trying to wait to play it in the car ride home to make it like this whole thing.
Do you know what we're talking? I'm gonna play it for you, Fran, real
No,
quick.
But then I played it here and I was like, oh, I immediately stopped it after like 10 seconds. I was like, I gotta save
Wait,
this.
I'm just gonna play it for you, Fran, that you can give your opinion.
No, I did listen to that, and it's great. I just hate that like he has to do one thing that overshadows like all week. I've just been seeing this stuff about him giving R. Kelly like a writing credit, but it's like I saw one of the producers talked about how in the beginning of one song there is a man speaking, is a guy speaking, and in the background an R. Kelly song is playing. So it's not like he sampled an R. Kelly song. He sampled, he took this guy speaking, but there is an R. Kelly song playing in the background, which is almost more, like sometimes not more annoying, but that's almost like just cut out the guy talking.
But
if you have to credit R. Kelly.
How obviously R. Kelly is a piece of shit, but like how bad is it to sample his music?
Bad.
You
really
will never
bad.
listen to an R. Kelly song again.
Bad. R. Kelly is a disgusting
what if he-
human
R. Kelly,
being.
okay.
What if he sampled a Michael Jackson song? You have a problem with that?
R. Kelly, I see both sides of this because R. Kelly, disgusting piece of human garbage.
It's because when
Remix
you
to
sample
Ignition comes
someone-
on at the club.
but it's,
People are dancing.
No,
That's
but
what I'm
That's just plain and simple, and people can get upset about that, and obviously whatever you can get upset about that. That is a plain and simple
Crediting-
fact. Good song.
sampling him now though, he gets money.
Isn't he in jail?
Doesn't matter. He's still you can still make money while you're in
Yeah.
jail. Like when you list
No, I
the
know.
person's name on the song, it makes the money.
Yeah.
So that I think that's more where people would be upset about it.
Players fuck up. They're
But
bad.
you really liked the
I love
what's the sexy
Way Too Sexy.
Yeah.
That's a motherfucking anthem. But the problem
But
is
is that like I'm too sexy for my shirt is what he uses in that, right?
in the very beginning he uses but it's not
Kinda goes
really.
throughout. I thought.
Well, no,
in the back.
the whole song is Drake, Future, and Young Thug. The very beginning is like the actual Too Sexy.
But he kind of uses the beat throughout.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Absolutely love. What's pissing me off though is that all these boys on TikTok, swear to God, I posted, me and Bree did a girls' room for Way Too Sexy. Absolutely popped off on TikTok. Just wanted to say that. All these guys though are like, this is the boys' anthem. Like, shut up. I'm like, oh my God, you guys sound pretty gay right now.
Oh wait, speaking of pretty gay and Drake, I just have to say this weird
Wait,
interaction I had.
they're saying that the Way Too Sexy song is about men? Is about men? Or
No, it's a boys'
written-
anthem, and girls aren't allowed to enjoy it, and like we all need
that
to fuck
feels
off. And
unnecessary.
Can I just say what happened to me? Last night I took a nap. I woke up. It was like midnight, and I was hungry, so I was in my elevator. I walk in, and there's this girl. Like, it looks like she was crying or something. So I'm just listening to music, and she starts talking. I take my headphones on. She's like, "What song are you listening to?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's Drake." And she's like, "What song though?" And I'm like, "Champagne Poetry," like the song we're just playing. And she goes, "That's pretty gay." Like, I've never met this girl. I was like, what? I was like, sorry.
I
Like,
kind of love that. I'm sorry. Like,
I was just stunned. I didn't even know what to say. I was like,
that's so absurd that you gotta laugh.
yeah,
Right?
I was
like,
kind of like, oh, okay. Like,
Wow.
and it wasn't, it was like a straight face. Like, that's pretty gay. I was like, what?
That's bizarre.
that is bizarre.
That is so
but
bizarre.
But like, I'm sorry, I'm laughing.
Oh my God.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Speaking of pretty
my
gay
God.
and Drake, I was in the elevator.
Yeah.
No, but I love Way Too Sexy. I think it just makes, I think if you listen to that song, you just feel good about yourself. Like if you've been feeling bad about yourself, my advice is to play that song over and over again, and you will think you're the sexiest person to walk the earth. I keep sounding like, so I'm like, oh, I'm popping off on TikTok. People are like, all right, Rhea, your fucking head is falling off. It's so big. But I'm just feeling good. I'm just feeling good because of Way Too Sexy. But yesterday I sat down at my desk and I said, I'm just too sexy for everything. And like, I heard a big sigh from around the room. It was a joke, but you know, you gotta feel good about it. Who's gonna make you feel good about yourself if you're not gonna do it?
You're right.
That's how I
Drake.
feel. Drake, actually.
Drake,
Future, and Young
specifically.
Thug.
We have some great topics.
Yeah,
I
we
do
do.
want to mention quickly, like, a little self-promotion. Dime Package is back if
Yes.
anybody wants to listen.
Football Fran is back.
Football Fran is back. Dime Package is a show Casey Smith and I do Thursdays and Mondays, talking about everything that's happening in the NFL. Very easy to consume. They're short episodes. So if you just want to jump into football, maybe you want to start gambling.
Yes, I was gonna say.
responsibly on the Barstool Sportsbook. We're giving out some picks.
Heavy promotion for the Barstool
Yeah,
Sportsbook
you can bet
today.
now in Tennessee and Arizona. So it's responsibly, it is very fun.
Yes.
So
Franny's picks.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to football. So if you could, subscribe, download, listen, I would really appreciate it.
Rate 5 stars, review.
Yeah, it would be really nice. But topics, we got some great ones.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Big week full of things to talk about, but we're gonna space some things out. We're gonna save some stuff for Monday because
there's
we
honestly
have
too much.
more important things to talk about.
Yeah.
We found out some big news about The Bachelor from a credible source, and we're going to talk about that. We also have the Venice Film Festival, the photos that came out of that. Scott and Amelia broke up, so love is dead. All of Hollywood is pregnant. Kylie Jenner, Olivia Munn, Jennifer Lawrence, and there are rumors that Kaley, Cuoco, and Pete Davidson might be dating.
There could be something, and I know you guys know how much I love talking about Dancing with the Stars. The cast is out. There's an update on Britney Spears. We're going to talk about all of that on Monday because honestly, it's a lot to consume right now. It's a lot.
And we also have an awesome interview with Jason Biggs, who is so funny, so much fun. And I also want to mention really quickly, because this just reminded me, we interviewed Justin Long today, and that'll be on Monday.
Yeah.
Fucking gem.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, a top 3 interview.
Yeah. Noah was I kept looking at Noah. Noah was cracking up.
Yeah.
Like it was.
I mean, I was cracking up.
I know.
You guys
But
brought
it's you laugh way more easily than Noah does.
Yeah.
you guys brought up the John Mayer thing, and I was like, I caught myself just like smiling like at the story, and I just like shut my face off. I was like, I can't have them be looking over here.
Pretty gay.
I should have never told you guys.
Damn, Noah.
All right, let's get into the topics, starting off with the Bachelor news. So we brought everyone here today to talk about big news.
Big news
about The Bachelor.
Yes.
We had a trusted, reliable, credible source come to us.
all the words.
All of the above.
Yeah.
And tell us that the next Bachelor is not Greg. It's not anybody who you thought it was.
Not Michael. Not Andrew.
It's actually somebody from Michelle's season.
Bum, bum, bum.
Boom. Someone we have not met yet.
Nope.
But apparently, allegedly, producers fell in love with this guy. They resonate with his story, and they want to give him a second chance at love immediately.
Yeah, they're not waiting. Whoever this nice gentleman is that we haven't met yet. And it does seem like, I don't know if ABC is going to be confirming this anytime soon, but we have heard that production is supposed to start like close to the end of the month. So, I mean, they're going to have to announce it at some point because we know that once production starts, pictures get out, things like that. So I think, who knows, we'll hear from them. But from right now, it does seem like, and we believe what we're hearing, Michelle's season, coming from Michelle's season.
Yeah, we believe it.
And what you can do, which is fun, maybe a fun little game, is there are pictures, you can find the pictures of the guys for Michelle's season. There's 35, so some obviously were cut or didn't make the show, didn't make the season. But we don't know any of these guys. So now what's going to be fun is you can go through them, look, see what you think. We don't know. We don't have bios or anything like that yet, but when Michelle's season starts and we do Bachelor bios, we'll be able to be like, is this one the Bachelor? Is this one the Bachelor? And is this one the Bachelor?
I think that's fun because I don't think any of the guys that people were talking about really stuck with anyone 100%. Nobody was sold on any of the guys that were potential Bachelor prospects. So I think this is smart. And I'm excited to meet the people for Michelle's season now because not only do we get Michelle's season, we now know that the person that's going to be the Bachelor is on there too.
Yeah. Wipe it clean at this point,
Yeah, let's start over.
But it's going to be interesting though because if they're going to start production towards the end of the month, they probably have to put out some kind of announcement. I would think. If not, they don't have to. But Michelle's season starts October 19th. So I guess it's going to have to be someone that goes home pretty early on.
Yeah.
That they just really, really loved.
I'm sure that's what's going to happen because
at
that point,
yeah,
ABC is not going to want the cat to get out of the bag.
No.
So it's going to have to happen fast.
But here you have it, folks. The new Bachelor, we're pretty sure, is going to be coming from Michelle's season.
Lots of entertainment on this podcast.
Tons.
So much entertainment we can't get enough. And guess what? We're throwing more entertainment your way with the VMAs this Sunday, September 12th, 8/7 Central on MTV. You know that the VMAs always brings iconic moments. Britney Spears and Madonna, Miley Cyrus, Robin Thicke. The list goes on and on. Britney Spears with the snake back in the day. Britney Spears basically was the VMAs. Let's all admit that. But the VMAs is always a great show. There's great performances. Camila Cabello, Mateo, Justin Bieber.
Justin
Oh my
Bieber.
God, I sound like my dad back
Justin
20
Bieber,
years ago
yeah.
when Justin
You know
Bieber
who
came
I'm
out.
excited for? Olivia Rodrigo.
Olivia Rodrigo's
Yeah.
going to be great. I think
Yeah.
that everyone's most excited for her at this point.
Yep.
Machine Gun Kelly too, Shawn Mendes, and many more. And it's hosted by Doja Cat, which we know will be an absolute trip.
Surprising, but
very,
okay.
Very surprising, but
Love
very
it.
fun.
Yep.
So make sure you tune into the VMAs this Sunday, September 12th, 8/7 Central. You know we will be watching, so tune in and watch with us. Quickly, we want to touch on the Venice Film Festival because a lot of photos came out. Specifically, the one that everyone's talking about is Jessica Chastain, who, chef's kiss. Jessica Chastain just is timeless.
I used to have the biggest crush on her.
Really?
Yeah.
What happened?
I don't know. I used to. Yeah, I don't know.
Oscar Isaac stepped in?
Well, no. I don't know. I don't know what happened. Honestly.
Well,
She's
anyways,
fantastic.
She's great. And if you're watching on YouTube, we're going to put up the pictures. Hopefully you could see the photos of Jessica Chastain and Oscar Isaac were something else, something out of a movie.
Well, who'd have thunk it? But they have a TV show coming
Yep.
out. These two went so crazy viral. Everyone was freaking out because not only whoever put this clip together, genius. It's slow motion. He turns, he looks at her, and he is looking at her with so much love. And then he like kisses the inside of her arm. And it's so
Chills.
delicate and beautiful that you're like, these two have to be together. They have to be together. Nope. The two of them are happily married individually. They both have two
Allegedly.
kids. Yeah, allegedly. But they have a new show, and it's all so perfect, and it's very, very like Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga type situation. They have a new HBO limited series coming out that looks really, really good. It's called Scenes from a Marriage.
I love the name of it, and I think it looks
yeah,
great.
it
I
looks.
think
The
it's gonna be
trailer
so
is
good.
fantastic. They're gonna win awards for this. I can tell
For
already.
sure.
But I will tell you something. I did not know that they had this show coming out until I saw the pictures, which is,
Which is-
here
Oh, wait,
you go.
I just forgot that they were in a movie together already, A Most Violent Year.
Yeah,
And
they have been
that's a
friends for
great
20
movie.
years.
Yeah.
Like Oscar Isaac and Jessica Chastain have been friends for 20 years.
Can I point something out?
Yes.
Isn't it amazing when two really stunning individuals
Mm-hmm.
like Oscar Isaac and Jessica Chastain can, first of all, have these photos come out, he kisses the inside
Yeah.
of her arm, whatever, and they can remain friends.
I
Like,
mean,
they
let's
don't
hope.
go past that point. No, but that's what I'm
Yes,
saying.
yes,
Like,
yes.
you think
Yes.
to yourself,
They've been friends for 20 years. So
they're gonna want to fuck at some point.
right, and they already filmed this entire show being a married couple.
Exactly.
But if
So-
you're Oscar Isaac's wife, how are you feeling seeing those clips?
I'm feeling like my husband wants to fuck Jessica Chastain.
You have to, like, a part of you has to be
Of
like,
course, that's just human nature.
Human
I
nature.
don't care what anyone says. You can be the coolest woman on planet Earth
Yeah.
and be so cool.
It was not even the kiss. It was like the way he
looks
looked
at
at
her.
her was just.
That's why if I was Jessica Chastain's husband, I'd be like, fuck this guy.
But
they're
don't know. But
good-
don't you
there's
feel like
good, they have good chemistry?
yes, great chemistry. But don't you feel like in Hollywood, almost people, they get involved in these relationships, they know what they're getting into, and they understand their partner's craft. So in a way, him looking at Jessica Chastain that way, he can admire.
promoting a movie, too.
and he can admire someone's beauty and grace and that person without having to act on it as well, which is totally opposite of what I just said, that they're going to want to fuck each other.
Correct.
But I'm coming around on the side that you could just admire someone without like.
There is also a dynamic where because they have been friends for so long that they could have a conversation with their spouses as like, it's fucking Oscar. It's Jessica. Like we've known each
think
other.
it'd make it worse.
Known each other for so long. No, I disagree.
Like,
I would
this
much
guy,
rather
like, he's been
have.
trying to like.
I would much rather have my husband be doing that with a woman that's been in his life forever, because if he was going to fuck her, he probably would have done it already.
For sure.
They probably have.
You never know.
They were
Jessica's
friends
also
before they
married.
were
You
married?
really never know.
Jessica's also married to an Italian, so who knows what goes for him.
Does that mean that he's more
Like
open
he's
to
just
it?
more, you never know. He's Italian. He's like
Italians
he's
are more
Italian, like nobility.
I would think Italians are more like no,
Oh, I don't know.
more free.
I think they're
I feel like if he was
no one
French-
knows a little
If
free
he was-
spirited.
If he was French, I would have been like,
Yeah.
oh, he would be okay with it. But not
Jessica
Italian.
is married to Gianluca Passi di Prepasulo.
I need me one of those.
Yeah. Gianluca.
Gianluca.
Yeah, since 2017.
Luca Magnotta.
They also both got married in 2017.
Oh, so they because that movie Most Violent Year came out like they played husband and wife. They've done
Look,
that.
well then.
Good
then,
for them.
Well, then maybe it's a hey, been there, done that.
Or maybe
over.
it's a he can admire her because he's experienced it. So he's like,
yeah.
yes,
Look, and
Jessica."
they
This is
are
getting weird.
actors that are very good at their craft. And
Yeah.
like I said, they did what they needed to do to get people talking about this show because, like I said before, I did not even know the show was coming out. And Jessica retweeted like a picture of it with a picture from the Addams family of Gomez kissing Morticia's arm and just wrote September 12th with like a little devil emoji. So, you know, they knew what they were doing.
You think that was pre-planned or just in the moment?
No, I don't think the kiss on the arm was pre-planned.
Yeah.
I don't think. I think that was
No,
just...
that's a heat of the moment.
That's
type
all
thing.
natural,
Let
baby.
me tell you,
That is all natural.
I have chills going down my spine right now. Thinking of Oscar Isaac kissing
I
Jessica.
don't know if I've ever had a man...
Why do I keep calling her Jessica?
Jessica? I don't think I've ever had a man look at me the way Oscar Isaac looked at her in that video. It was incredible.
It was incredible. Oh,
And the slow-mo. I think the slow-mo
The
really...
slow-mo.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. And then also just a quick little special shout out to Zendaya for just slaying
Oh, my
every single look she
Lord.
wore.
Zendaya is unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
We all know that, but Zendaya is truly one of a kind.
that skin tight dress she wore.
So good.
What was it Balmain?
I don't know.
It was incredible.
So every look, she just
Yeah.
fucking crushes.
Yeah. So, you know, I can't really go. Those pictures cannot be ignored. Is really
They
That's
cannot.
it. Let me play a song on the world's smallest violin.
That's a perfect way to start this,
Yeah.
friends. Scott and Amelia have broken up. Yes, that is Scott Disick and Amelia Hamlin.
Yeah.
They've split up, and I
Yeah.
think that we all saw this coming.
Yep.
Unfortunately, these two weren't going to make it down the aisle, and I think we know what happened here. So what happened was, obviously, if you weren't in tune last week, Scott Disick had DM'd Eunice,
Yep.
which was Courtney's ex-boyfriend,
Yep.
photos of Travis Barker and Courtney in Italy. Courtney straddling Travis, they're making out,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Can you believe this chick?" Blah blah blah, talking about Courtney to Eunice.
Yeah.
Big guy
In the
on
middle of Italy.
in the middle of Italy. Meanwhile, Scott Disick's posting Amelia's bare ass on his Instagram
Yeah.
for the world to see, not
Yeah.
even just Italy. Anyways, big guy on campus, Eunice, decides to post this on his Instagram. Tough guy Eunice. You know, we've seen him out at the club,
guy
fucking
Eunice.
pumping that chest out. He posts this on his Instagram, blows up Scott's spot, and then things all fall apart for Scott and Amelia. Clearly, because
100%.
you cannot. I actually respect Amelia so much for this, because I think
Can't let that slide.
you cannot let your current boyfriend
Yeah.
be messaging his ex's ex to talk about her in Italy
Yeah.
because of how upset he is. Get out of that situation, Amelia. You're too young. You're too beautiful. You have too much life to live. Get
Right.
the fuck out.
And it did kind of feel like she knew it was bound to happen eventually. She was having fun, but this was kind of the last straw. And last weekend, we knew something was up when Amelia and Lisa Rinna, her mother, at the same time, Amelia posted an Instagram story of, a picture of a shirt. The shirt said, "Don't you have a girlfriend?" ? On it.
Love
At the
it.
same time, Lisa Rinna just posted a grid post of Harry Styles, no caption.
I fucking love Lisa Rinna. I love Lisa Rinna. Lisa, come on the show. Please,
oh God,
Lisa
I
Rinna.
know. She, which is in context to her on Beverly Hills saying, why couldn't she date Harry Styles? Why the fuck does it have to be Scott Disick? She posts this picture of Harry Styles, no caption. And then the news comes out that they have broken up. And Lisa commented on like a Bravo fan account with just a smiley face.
Unbelievable.
So the Hamlin household was popping champagne. But yeah, it's basically exactly what we thought was going to happen. TMZ first reported that Scott broke up with her, and then they corrected it and was like, no, sources are saying Amelia ended things. They told a source told E! News that they've been arguing a lot recently, and Scott's DM to Eunice really set Amelia over the edge. She was very embarrassed, and Scott wasn't very remorseful. It's really hard to date Scott because he will never fully be over Courtney. It's always at a point of contention in every single one of his relationships. The split was a long time coming, and many of their friends agree it's for the best. This is where I do slightly, because Scott put himself in this position in the first place, feel a little bad for Scott, because I really do think he will always love Courtney, and I think he's kind of screwed now. Like I don't think Courtney's coming back.
I think that Courtney is so far past this, and obviously we, this goes without saying, but we will mention it anyway. We don't know Courtney and Travis. We know nothing about them. We don't really know the insides of their relationship, and everything you see on Instagram is not always what it seems. I think we know that as well. But I also think we can all agree on the fact that they do look very in love. They look very happy. The way that people have said they've spoken about each other seems like they are really in love. And I think this is the happiest we've ever seen Kourtney Kardashian in a relationship. And I think once you experience that type of love and passion that she's experiencing with Travis Barker, you're not going to go back to that very toxic, you were in love and it was great, but it was also very, very bad and he put you through a lot of shit. You're not going to go back to that.
And on the show, Courtney always says Scott knows what he needs to do, where this could even be a viable option. Never said what it was. We can all guess what it is, but I certainly know that it's not DMing Eunice to talk behind her back. That's not going to be that's not going to show her that he's ready for a serious relationship.
No,
again.
It's only going to scare him away. Yeah. And Travis Barker's so cool that he doesn't care. And he's posting, the guy, was it the Goodfellas clip,
laughing
the
face,
laughing, which is an all-time clip.
Yeah.
I'm actually just very happy for Amelia to be out of this. And I think
Me too.
I think that this is going to be something she looks back on and says, what the fuck was I doing?
Yeah. And it'll be like, they'll laugh about it, Yeah. It was a fun stint. She's so young. She's so beautiful.
No
like, you
regrets.
See these pictures of her walking in New York Fashion Week. Stunning.
Crushed it.
Stunning.
She has a great walk. She's crushed it. She doesn't need Scott Disick in her life.
No.
It's funny. No regrets.
Yeah.
But like, what the fuck?
Right. That's the one you'll like laugh at in like 20 years. Her mom is going to be like, that's Scott Disick time. I got nervous.
yeah. The whole at her wedding when she's marrying Harry Styles.
Yeah. I mean, Lisa's manifesting that big time. That had me cackling when I saw her just straight up post a picture of Harry Styles.
Speaking of Harry Styles, did you see all the headlines about Olivia Wilde at Harry Styles' concert? Yeah. They did her so dirty.
They did.
They were like, Olivia Wilde watches Harry sing about ex-girlfriends.
Yeah, like apparently she loves his song Cherry about his ex. Like, really? It's his album.
It's his album. It's his ex. Musicians obviously write songs about their ex.
She's a grown-ass woman.
Yeah,
like,
I think Olivia's all right.
Yeah.
Jason Sudeikis, what up?
We had a bunch of pregnancy announcements this week from different celebrities. We'll start with Jennifer Lawrence because there's just a little bit less to say. Jennifer Lawrence is pregnant.
Congrats, Jennifer.
Congratulations to Jennifer Lawrence and her husband, Cook.
Good for them. Just a happy pregnancy.
Like Jennifer Lawrence is one of my favorites because I just think she is super fun. I've always felt like if I wanted to sit down and have like a bottle of wine with someone, I would love for it to be Jennifer Lawrence. Like she has such good girlfriends.
Yes.
That I think it was maybe, I don't know if it was like a 60 Minutes, something like 60 Minutes like that they did a segment on Jennifer Lawrence. And it was just her and her friends like in her house talking, chatting. And I was like, she looks like so much fun.
And the way that like the Kardashians
she loves reality TV.
Loves reality TV and her story about like being at their house.
Yeah.
She just seems like a ball of fun. So good for her. I think
first baby.
I think next up we'll go Kylie Jenner because Kylie Jenner.
We all knew.
We knew. Shout out to the fucking detective who figured out the nail situation. That woman should work for the FBI. Figured out that Kylie Jenner was pregnant. She posted an adorable, heartwarming video on Instagram to announce this. Stormy is
Tears.
So cute.
Stormy is the cutest
Kris
thing
Jenner
ever.
always says this is the best day of my life whenever one of the kids gets pregnant.
I do love watching Kris Jenner find out she's having another grandkid because at this point you would think she'd be like, cool, another grandkid. But every time that woman is so excited and it feels so real and the joy is so real and she cries and she's so happy and it's just, a mother's love, a grandmother's love. And every time it's like, she's got so many grandkids. Every year she's getting approached being like, oh, we got another one coming.
But at this point, what's one more?
Exactly. She was so happy. Stormy is so freaking cute. And what was also nice is like, it does seem like her and Travis are together.
They seem like great parents.
Yeah, they do.
I gotta be honest. In this video, they seem like great parents. Travis looks so happy whenever he has Stormy in his arms, and they look like they're happy together. And I think that they're gonna make it work somehow, some way. They'll probably break up again, but the two of them will.
Yeah.
What
was also interesting was like, well, I always felt like this was strategic too, in the fact that the Met Gala is on Monday, so I believe she and Travis are going. So it's like, oh, we'll put this out right before people know. Or she was supposed to make some big pregnancy reveal at the Met Gala, and, cat's out of the bag. Could have been Caitlyn Jenner. Who knows?
Probably was Caitlyn Jenner.
Yeah.
Either way, congrats to them. Now we move on.
Oh, wait, one more thing. Brandon Jenner did comment on Kylie's post being like, no way, congrats. And it's like the most liked comment on it because everyone was like, damn, her own brother didn't know.
Or he's making a joke about the fact that Caitlyn Jenner slipped up. And
exactly. It was nice to see her also kind of confirm what we all thought with like the fake birthday content and everything. Like you could see in the video the clips from her actual birthday party of like her friends and pictures of her being there and stuff, because it did kind of seem like she had sort of like curated non-pregnancy content to put out around that time. And we're like, oh, so that's, we were right. That's what you were actually doing.
Moving on to the third pregnancy, which is the one that everyone is up in arms about. Olivia Munn is pregnant with John Mulaney's baby. Now, John Mulaney recently got out of rehab or sober living 2 months ago.
No. It's in the spring. He went to rehab in December for 2 months. And then after that was in sober living, moved to LA, met Olivia Munn.
Okay, so it's been a little bit over 2 months after sober living that this is happening.
Yes. Well, he didn't meet Olivia till after sober living. But he there was a picture of her that like went viral over the weekend where everyone was like, she's pregnant. Like it was like, okay, this woman is pregnant. And then John Mulaney went on Late Night with Seth Meyers. Seth is one of his friends. He announced it on the show Tuesday night. We can actually just, Noah, you want to just play the clip of him saying it?
I got into this relationship that's been really beautiful and with someone incredible who has dealt with the non-coked up Bambi version of me. And that's been very incredible. And she's kind of held my hand through that hell. And we're having a baby together.
It's really exciting, buddy.
Thanks.
Congratulations to both.
I was nervous when I was about to say the news. That's why I looked down and then I looked up.
Like it wasn't that you forgot it or anything.
No.
It's really thrilling.
I'm going to be a dad.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm we're both really, really happy.
So it was interesting what he did. I watched the whole interview and it seemed like he really wanted to clarify the timeline of divorce, separation, when things were happening, because for us, it all seemed to be happening so quick. His divorce from Anna Marie Tendler is her name, was announced in the it came out in the tabloids in May 2021. So at that point, Olivia Munn could have already been pregnant or almost pregnant, so it was very close, the timing. So people were like, what is going on here? Was there cheating? Was Olivia there before? What's going on? He cleared it up and said he went to rehab in September, out in October, moved out of his house with his wife. So that's when they separated, in October of 2020. Hosted SNL on Halloween. After he did that, he relapsed on drugs. And he he was actually working for Seth Meyers a little bit in between that time and was continuing to use drugs. And then in December, his friends, including Seth Meyers, staged an intervention. So he tells this whole story about, you know, he thought he was going to dinner with a college friend, and he came home, or wherever he was. He was at his friend's apartment, and they had a professional woman there, and staged a whole intervention. And you know how that, like, they're still comedians, right? So like they're still laughing about this. Like they're like, have you ever seen Fred Armisen try and be serious? Like it was a room full of comedians who are John Mulaney's closest friends trying to get him to clean up his act. So then he went back to rehab for 2 months. He was out in February, sober living for a month and a half. And then this spring he went to LA, where he met and started dating Olivia Munn, who he had met previously at Seth Meyers' wedding years ago, but when he was, you know, with his then fiance. And then they started dating. He said, like, you know, she's been a huge help through his recovery, and now they're having a baby. This is basically
the way John Mulaney says it.
That's exactly how he sounded.
Now we're having a baby together.
People
are really upset about this.
Well, he's made a ton of jokes about never wanting kids.
He has. It does feel like, and if you look at his ex-wife's Instagram, it does feel like she went through a lot. There were rumors that she went to rehab in like December for emotional problems, like when he went back too, because they had separated, but he was upset, but like everything was weighing down a lot on her. But yeah, he has made jokes about not wanting to have kids. And then it's concerning for a lot of people as well, because one of the many rules to recovery, getting out of rehab, things like that, don't make any major life decisions. Don't get into like a serious relationship. Most of the time they say like it's actually better, you know, not to date.
It would make sense because your head is not necessarily in the right place.
Yeah.
You've been using drugs for a while.
Yeah.
Now you are completely cut clean. You need a little time for yourself to adjust.
And people do say you can move that addiction
to something else.
Like all of a sudden you're attached to this person.
Yes.
Who is helping you.
That's not necessarily a bad thing here. If he was like just so in love with her, like
but sometimes it's a difference between
it's a difference between being so in love and being like addicted to having someone
filling a void.
Yeah.
Like people who were alcoholics, then sometimes they'll just become sex addicts. Like instead, you know what I mean?
Right. And
not
then
a bad thing either.
But like if something goes wrong in your marriage or your relationship that you just started, you're not equipped to handle it because you never went fully through the recovery process, and perhaps you turn back to drugs, which obviously could happen anyway. So I think that is everyone's biggest concern, because this whole relationship has been so interesting to so many people, because Olivia Munn has stated in the past that she has been obsessed with John Mulaney.
Some are calling it a trap. Some are saying that John Mulaney tried to pull out and Olivia Munn wrapped her legs around John Mulaney and wouldn't let him go.
It's just, you know, anytime you hear it's like, oh, they're having a baby, it's happy news, great news. He seems, and he, like he said to Seth, he's very happy in his relationship. He's excited about this baby. But it's definitely not crazy for there to be some concern here. He literally said in the interview, Olivia and this baby have helped save me from myself and this recovery, which from the outside does sound like a really nice thing, but it's also like, I don't know. Like Olivia Wilde met him and his fiance. Oh, what did I say? Olivia Wilde. Oh, geez. Olivia Munn met him and his fiance, who then became his wife, at Seth Meyers' wedding.
That's what makes it weird, is like when you've met the fiance,
right?
And now you're having his baby,
and to be like in quotes, being like, I'm obsessed with him and his fiance. I asked them to hang out. I want to do stuff. I found his email and like reached out to him.
She should have kept that to herself.
Well, she wouldn't have known in 2015 that this was going to happen.
I guess not, but
yeah. In December, she had tweeted like, you know, best wishes to John Mulaney when he's going back to rehab again.
It's not looking great, folks, but we're going to see what happens from this.
Yeah.
They're having a child.
Rooting for them.
rooting for them sure.
I love John Mulaney. I think he is really one of the funniest people.
It's one of my favorites.
His specials, like his Netflix specials, are some of my favorites. I think he's really, really, really funny. And you just hope that he is okay, because it was just. I recommend watching the whole interview too, because Seth Meyers' perception of John Mulaney, he's known him for so long. Like, he's known him when he was not doing drugs at all, didn't do drugs. Seth described him as a square. He said, you used to be a square.
That's how I thought of him. And when I found out about the drug, I was like shocked. I'm like, I would have never thought this guy was a big drug guy.
Yeah.
It's always the
then
ones
it changed.
You don't think.
Yeah. And he was doing a lot of cocaine, drinking a lot. And then, like, they literally had to stage an intervention for him. So for that to all have happened in 1 year, like it was September to September, going from rehab for the first time to now announcing you're having a baby, cause for concern.
So these are kind of interesting rumors that have been swirling around. I think we've seen a lot of it on Dumois. Kaley Cuoco and Pete Davidson. So Kaley Cuoco has recently gotten a divorce. And
Out of the blue,
divorce. And we know that Pete Davidson split with Phoebe Dynevor recently as well. Kaley Cuoco and Pete Davidson are working on a project together now. And rumors that they might be hooking up, dating.
Yeah. This is bound to happen. There's probably no truth to it. There are posts saying, Pete is single. He isn't, he didn't get involved here. And I also saw someone submit to Dumois that, like, Pete Davidson, anti-cheating, hates it. So, I mean, she is single now, but who knows what the timeline was, if it's something after. I don't think there's cheating going on, but Kaley and Pete are filming a movie right now. It's a romantic comedy. It's called Meet Cute. So they're clearly spending a lot of time together. And this was bound to happen when there's just a random, what feels like a random divorce. They've been married for 3 years. She filed for divorce on September 3rd. The timeline is always different, right? Because there's always like, hey, when did they split? When did they get divorced? Because the announcement of a divorce always comes later, so you never know how long they've actually been separated. But it felt like it had to be pretty recent. And this is also one of the examples of how, like, you really never know what's going on in real life, and social media can be so misleading. On June 30th, 2 months ago, a little over 2 months ago, it was their anniversary. And she posted on her Instagram a picture of the two of them. She wrote, New York, June 30th, 2016 is the year we met. 2 years to the day we got married. Now 3 years married. Why have you stayed married to me for so long? I'm sincerely impressed. At Mr. Tank Cook. LOL, I love you oh so much. You have no idea. Happy anniversary. There had to have been something going on. I just don't know how you go from, like, being like 2 months. I don't know. Like, something had to have been going on earlier, and you just put on a happy face on social media.
Yes.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. We've seen before people post very
Pilot Pete.
I mean, I agree with you. I think that a lot of people put on a happy face for social media in their relationships, and they feel like they have to post about it, and so people think, if we don't post, people are gonna think there's something going on. And I think it's interesting you mentioned the point where it's like Pete Davidson hates cheating.
Yeah,
I could see that because of how passionate Pete Davidson is in his relationships.
For sure.
Even people who are like total players and like just fool around with a bunch of girls, but when they get into relationships are so die hard about that person, I believe that they don't cheat. Yeah. Even though it's Pete Davidson, like, I believe that he would hate cheating.
Yeah, and it's also so,
but who knows?
Yeah, you never. But it's also
he
easy.
Hates him cheating or someone cheating on him, but
right.
Him entering another person's relationship, does he hate that much?
Right. It's bound to happen when you announce your divorce right after completing a romantic comedy movie. It was like, did she and Pete Davidson, just because of the name and all the couple women he's dated, it's like, oh, you're telling me she just finished a movie with Pete Davidson and now she's getting divorced?
it was the same thing that Olivia Wilde was working with Harry Styles.
Right.
And all of a sudden, her and Jason Sudeikis split up.
She got divorced?
And Olivia Wilde ended up with with Harry Styles. So
I did check out her Instagram story. She's now back to filming The Flight Attendant, so I believe she's overseas. So I really don't think that there's anything to this. It's possible, but you know what was actually a shocking to me is reading about the divorce and that they had like a very, very strong prenup because they're both worth so much money. I don't really know who her Carl Cook, they were always like, oh, he's an equestrian. Like they bonded because, you know, Kaley loves horses. She's also a rider. And I was like, they're worth around the same amount of money. And she got so much money from Big Bang Theory. Like she's worth $100 million is an estimated amount.
Holy shit.
And
that was big news about.
Towards the last few seasons, she was getting paid $1 million an episode.
That show.
$1 million an episode. Good for her. She fucking secured the bag on the Big Bang Theory. And Carl is apparently also worth $100 million, but because his dad is Scott Cook, who founded Intuit, like the tax software company, Intuit.
Different paths.
When you're both that rich, though, would it have even mattered? Like, do you think they would be like, no, I need this?
No, but you just, when you have that much money, you just have so much money in different places.
Yeah.
Like it's so, I'm sure they were just like, if this ever happens, I just take everything that's mine. You take everything that's yours. And we never cross.
Gonna get one?
I mean, I think it's good if
I'm making enough money, I'm getting
you're
a
someone that
prenup.
has a lot of money.
I feel
but
like
it's like also hard to predict because it's like, if you make no money now in 20 years and you're making a ton and then you get divorced.
My stance on prenups have changed. I feel like I used to think that like when I was younger, I'd be like, like why would you, you don't feel like you're going to be with me forever? Like you want a prenup?
Yeah.
But now I'm like, you really never know what could happen. You just don't know.
It's just
for yourself or for someone else.
Omen or like
I understand, but I really
get that,
think it's
but
just
to
like
protect
a safety
yourself,
net.
it's like, you might as well. You could love someone so hard, but
you can truly believe that you will be with someone forever, and I don't think it takes away from that to say, I just want to make sure I'm protected if something were to go wrong.
I agree.
We have an awesome interview with Jason Biggs, and I know we were talking about it at the beginning of the show. Here comes football. It feels like we're moving into fall. But guess what? Did you know that summer is not officially over?
It's not.
It's not.
It's not.
It's not. It's still technically summer. Summer ends September 22nd, and that's when I will actually start to believe that maybe summer is over. If you want to live in denial along with me, I got a drink for you. A nice, cold Coors Light. Why? Because it is the official beer of slowing down summer. We got to drag out these last few weeks, folks.
Drag them out.
Feel like they are going on forever. And technically, what's great is on Sunday when you're watching football, it's still summer. Do it with a Coors Light. Football in the summer. Who'd have thought? It's a thing that you can do. That Coors Light will make so much better. It's the beer that's made to chill. We want you guys to savor every second of summer that we have left. Coors Light's cold lagered, cold filtered, cold packaged. It's literally made to chill. Let me tell you, I had the time of my life drinking an ice cold Coors Light in Denver at Red Rocks. The Tall Boys, they hit so good. It made the concert go on longer. Really did. So right now, you can get Coors Light. You can get it sent right to you. I'm telling you guys, you got to do it because it's the official beer of slowing down summer. Because as the beer that's made to chill, we want you to savor every second of summer. Get Coors Light in the new look delivered straight to your door with Drizzly or Instacart by going to CoorsLight.com/chicks. That's CoorsLight.com/chicks. And always remember to celebrate responsibly. It's coming from the Coors Brewing Company in Golden, Colorado.
All right, everyone. We are here with a very special guest. We have Jason Biggs joining us. Welcome to the show, Jason.
Thank you, ladies. How are you?
We are doing well. We're super excited to have you on because let me tell you something. We have been really getting into trivia as a podcast, the two of us. We do a segment now every week. We call it Beat Rhea and Fran. It is somewhat of a slightly taken from Beat Bobby Flay, but it
allegedly
is Beat Rhea and Fran, and we have listeners come on Zoom and we play them in trivia to see if they can beat us. We are 16-2, not to brag,
Wow,
but we do
strong.
pretty well.
Did we just have Jason on to talk
That's
about
fine.
Yeah, we just
Okay.
talked about us. But we're excited because now you are very heavily in the trivia game.
It's my world. It is my world. Can I ask you what kind of trivia are you guys playing? What is the subject matter? Does it run the gamut?
It's
pop culture.
It's
so
pop
it's
culture,
movies,
Yeah.
TV, music.
but certainly very centered around like our specialties.
Yes.
If that makes sense. Like it's like we're trying to
Right.
have people
Yeah.
come on and take us down at what we are the best at, which is like
For
early
example.
2000s Disney Channel.
yeah, Disney Channel. Disney Channel.
Yeah.
Disney Channel.
Like music from 2008.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Wait, so like early 2000s Disney is like Miley Cyrus style,
Yes.
right? Like
Yes.
what Hannah Montana and that kind of stuff, yeah?
Yeah, we're doing like Sweet Life of Zach and Cody questions
yeah.
and really
Sure.
seeing if anyone can jump into here. But you are now hosting the show on E, Cash at Your Door, which is fairly self-explanatory.
Yeah, sure
But,
is. If you don't
yeah.
understand what it's about, yeah. So self-explanatory. It's I'm literally showing up at people's houses and asking them trivia questions for money. They can win $25,000. So, it's obviously in the time of COVID, it's a little hard. We have to test everybody and so
Right.
forth. So it's not completely
Not
random.
fully a
I'm not-
surprise.
the way we surprise them, the workaround is we're basically lying to them. So our producers say that they're going to be taking part in a show about their homes, and we're very vague with them. We tell them what day we're showing up, but we kind of fib on the window. So we might say we're going to be there at around 3 or 4, and we show up at 8:30 a.m. So they're still in their bathrobe and drinking coffee. And they have no idea that I'm showing up. They have no idea that it's a game show, and they certainly have no idea that they could win $25K. So I feel like the element of surprise is still very much, intact. At least it was for all of our families. And that's it. Do you remember the show, or you ever watched the show Cash Cab? I know it's not early 2000s Disney, but
I think that was
so-
everyone's dream. Like I remember taking the train in from New Jersey to go out in the city or to hang out in the city and to think like, wouldn't it be cool to get in the cash cab?
These people probably think you're
Exactly
showing up
right.
to do Extreme Home Makeover, and then you're just hitting them with trivia.
Yeah.
They're like, it's 8:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
I can't answer these questions.
That's so funny. So now everybody's dream is for me to show up at their door instead of getting in the cash cab. It's from the same producer, so it's the same sort of idea. And it was a lot of fun.
We don't offer cash as a prize, but
probably should
we don't.
start.
We don't have that.
we don't
kind of
bragging rights.
We don't have that kind of backing. But like, so on Cash at Your Door, what can you give us like an example of what you are asking these families?
And where is the setup? Like, now do you just move into their living room and settle down, and
Exactly
then that's where the
right.
action
So
takes place?
it starts with So it starts with me asking one question at their door before I enter. I ask them one entrance exam question. Okay, if they get it right, I will give them 2. And the entrance exam is generally fairly simple. Although I will say that more than one family got the entrance exam wrong, and we had to leave. And we left. The game stops before it starts. Yeah, we had left. We're like, okay, we got to go, and we
the
left and
production
went to
team is
another house.
pissed. They're throwing their hands in the air. You got to start all over.
Dude, although it is good it's good to have 1 or 2 of those, and that's how many we ended up having. But yeah, if we got like a bunch of those, we're like, oh my God. But it was pretty easy. I mean, the entrance exam might be, in this movie musical, what lead character says there's no place like home or something, right? So it's generally
real
like,
easy.
I want to get in your house, and now we're going to ask you questions. So they sort of run the gamut, all kinds of pop culture stuff, film, TV. Also, one of the questions I remember is, this rap artist currently, has a best-selling sneaker and currently has a collaboration with Gap. Most people would know that, I think, but there's, depending on whose house we're in, some people might be like, I don't know any rap artists. I have no idea what you're talking about. So it's stuff like that. And one question every episode, and this was my favorite, would be a home question. So after they answer the entrance exam, assuming they get it right, I would come into these people's homes and I would ask if I can go take a look around. And so I would take a cameraman with me, and we would basically just go and rummage through their house and just look at everything that they had, like look in their closets, take notice of, picture frames and pictures.
Terrifying.
And, it's terrifying. Inspirational phrases that they would have framed on the wall.
You
and
guys
just
bring out a black light on the beds.
I kept the black light at home on purpose.
Hey, it's 11 p.m. It's
all my
later in the
night.
Yeah. And so we would ask a home question. So, that was always my favorite because so many people got it wrong. So an example might be, all right, it's time for your home question. In your living room, we might be filming the game in their kitchen, let's say. All right, so we're all in their kitchen. I'm asking them all these questions. Then I'll be like, okay, so it's time for the home question. In your dining room, which hopefully they can't see from where we're seated, there's a painting on the wall. You have it right above your table. How long have you had that painting? Oh, I've had it for, our great uncle Charlie gave it to us when he died 20 years ago. It's like, oh, okay, so you've had it for a long time. Do you guys eat dinner there? Is that where oh yeah, we eat dinner there every night. And the daughter's like, oh, I have my cereal there every morning. I'm like, okay, well then you should know the answer to this question. How many people are in that painting? Yeah. And they're like, shit.
Yeah. Oh, that's so
4?
fun.
And then they're fighting over it. They're like trying to picture it and they get it wrong. It's amazing how like the things that are right under your nose, because you see it every day and you kind of take it for granted. That was always a fun part of the show.
That sounds like a lot of fun. And now this is on Tuesday nights on E! At 11 p.m. Eastern time. By the time this interview comes out, it will already have premiered. I'm excited to watch. I love shows like this. What is your specialty, do you think?
My specialty?
Yeah, like your
trivia-wise? Trivia-wise, I would say geography. I think I'm pretty good with geography. And then like random, like I love aviation.
Okay.
Randomly.
You're a plane guy.
Pop into trivia often?
I'm a plane guy. My wife calls it plane porn. So I'll literally get magazines that are just pictures of airplanes. It's really weird. It's a very specific niche hobby.
My dad's a plane guy, and we like he is.
I could see him being a plane
guy.
He
is like my cousins will take a picture like from the ground of the sky with a plane in the air,
and he can identify what it is,
and send it to him and be like, Uncle John, do you know what plane this is? And normally he knows what it is. But yes,
I know what kind of plane it is, and also the airline that it is from the tail.
That's quite a skill.
Hey, but you know what?
It's random and specific. It's specific AF.
That's fun to have. I wish I had something like that up my sleeve. I've got none of that. You know what I mean?
Well, early 2000s Disney.
Yes, actually Disney Channel.
Yes.
But you love reality TV, The Bachelor, Bachelorette, because you were on The Bachelorette.
Yes. Yeah,
this is the real reason we had you on.
We want to talk about The Bachelor, Bachelorette with you. Are you watching Paradise currently?
I'm not, because I'm bummed they didn't ask me to host. What the fuck is
that?
That
is,
that's what we're saying.
We thought that.
Yes.
I wrote it down to ask you because I was like, they brought in all these guest hosts.
Fuck David Spade.
Of people who, like the show or whatever. And I mean, Lil Jon, I bet a lot of money Lil Jon doesn't watch Bachelor in Paradise.
No way.
He doesn't even know where he is.
Yeah.
His agent was just is propping him up in front of a camera. He has no fucking clue what he's doing.
Absolutely.
No, it's so annoying.
Were you insulted?
It's so annoying. Yeah, a little bit. My wife and I, because Jenny actually, we're both big fans, and she actually hosted a Bachelor in Paradise after show.
I remember.
Like
on
5
TV.
or 6 years ago with Chris Harrison.
Yep.
And so when I saw that they were doing like a rotating, host situation, I was waiting for the phone to ring. I'm a little salty about it. I'm not going to lie.
We don't blame you because we had the same thought. We were like, well, we got to ask him how he feels about the Bachelor in Paradise host because it's bullshit. We agree with you.
Yeah, I'm just going to assume that it's because they assume I'm so busy hosting other shows.
You're busy showing up to people's door with money right now.
Yeah. I just assume they must have assumed I was just too busy. So
now next summer, if they reach out to you, are you going to play hard to get, or are you just saying yes immediately?
In my head, I'm like, I'm either saying, no, fuck you, you guys pissed me off last year, or I'm going to play hard to get. But the reality is I'm probably calling them as soon as this interview is over and saying, please continue to keep me in mind for next year.
It would be great, I think, because Paradise, like the two host dynamic we're getting for like Bachelor, Bachelorette, whatever is fine. But I think for Paradise it works. So for you and Jenny to do it together would be so great. I think you'd be so good because you guys also got to do a date, I remember very specifically, because it was one of the weirder dates that they've made them do on the Bachelor.
Weird.
The Bachelorette.
So weird.
So it was Hannah's season, and you guys did like a labor simulator, right?
Exactly right. Yeah, by the way, that shit hurt. Yeah. That was no joke. Now, again, I'm sure it doesn't even compare to the real thing, but it was fun. You know who was there that day? That was the, what was the guy's name? John Paul Jones?
I was just about to say, John Paul Jones.
Yes. That guy was out of his fucking mind.
Was he like that in person?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Funny, though.
Yeah.
But it's just so funny. I remember, like, some of them talking to them between takes, and I don't know, man. I still love the show, and I watch when I can. I mean, we have kids now, so I hardly watch any TV at all. So I'm not really up to date, but I'm a little annoyed because, I don't know. I remember a time when the show felt very pure, and it really was. People were on the show because they really were like having a hard time dating, and they got out of a long relationship, and they were heartbroken, and their friend said, oh, I'm going to send in this video of you, and then they're on the show, and it all felt very earnest, and like people were really looking for love. And now people just want to be famous, and so they're all like, living in LA already, or about to move to LA, or want to be actors. And John Paul Jones, I think it was him. I mean, I don't want to besmirch him if it wasn't him. Oh, I'm pretty sure it was him. But I feel like all of them kind of were like, so what's it like? Is it cool being famous? And I'm just like, you guys don't give a shit, do you, about
I know.
And really?
We've talked about that a lot now too, because and social media is also like totally been great for it, but also has ruined it, obviously, because now you can make social media just your full-time job. So that's what all these people want to do. Yep. But Paradise, and I was just saying to Trent, who's the other, we do our Paradise shows with him, and all of our recaps with him for the show. And I said to him, like, he was like, that episode last night of Bachelor Paradise was great. And I was like, yes, it was. It was like an objectively good episode of reality TV. But now I watch it with like a different lens where I'm like, it feels more manufactured.
Yeah.
Like all the drama and whatnot, I'm like, it just feels more planned out than it used to be.
Yeah. Right. And also the fights that they're having on the seasons of the show, like the past season of The Bachelorette, two guys were fighting because they were like, I heard you're just on the show because you want to be the Bachelor. And we're like, all of you are on the show.
All of you do.
All of you want to be the Bachelor. That's why you're going on this show now. You're not going on. Nobody's going on for the genuine, I'm really going to fall in love with this person.
And take it one step further. You're not going on because you want to be the Bachelor, because then you'll get to meet a lot of women and hopefully find the love of your life. You want to be the Bachelor because you want to be even more fucking famous.
Yes.
Like, it's very, and look, you're absolutely right. But it's interesting for this show to exist now in the world of social media, because now these people really do. They use that. All you need is that little thing, whether you're in a couple episodes and you get voted off, all you need is that. And then you have your launching pad for your social account.
Yeah.
Look at Grocery Store Joe. He had one night.
It.
He had one night on Becca's season, Joe, and now we're still talking about him.
But
think about all the contestants from pre-social media, right? Like, how long has the show been on? Almost 15 years or so.
Yeah, long time.
More.
Yeah.
And so like 2003 or 4, I think.
I think so, almost longer.
Yeah. So imagine those contestants. Like, you obviously remember the main. What was it like? Was it Tristan and Ryan?
Yes.
Right. Like the first season.
Yeah.
You remember them, but you have no recollection of any of the supporting players.
No.
Right? Because they couldn't do anything after that. Mm-hmm. They went back to their lives as a real estate agent or a dental hygienist or whatever it was, living in Colorado and chilling out. Nowadays, it's all like, you remember the supporting players. You remember the John Paul Jones because Yeah, it's so wild.
Yeah, no, it is. And
I have very mixed feelings about it.
I know it's tough because as do we, because we love it so much.
I do all the time.
Love it so much, but it's like after the last episode of Paradise, one of the guys who's like a key player in that, he hates one of the other guys. Like they hate each other so much. He calls him his arch nemesis, his like enemy. He used all these big words. And then after the episode ends, he's on his Instagram story being like, guys, just, remember that you're watching a television show. And I'm like, don't remind me I'm watching a television show.
That,
you're ruining it.
It's always, and then it's always, oh, well, we have to remember the producers edited it this way. It's like, well, can't we just watch the show? Like, why do we have to think about all these factors? Now, do you have a favorite season? Thinking back to when you actually did enjoy it.
I remember, there was like a run of about 2 or 3 years where Jenny and I, pre-kids, would literally like smoke weed and sit in our living room just watch the show and tweet. We would tweet.
You guys were, You guys were avid live tweeters. I was not live tweeting at that time, but I was following you and your wife's tweets.
Yeah, we loved it. We had so much fun, and I'm sure a lot of that stuff we could not get away with now. I mean, it was all in good fun and meant to be, but it was, we were basically just trashing, ripping these people apart. But I guess that was around the time of like I know it was like Juan Pablo's year. Or was he wasn't a Bachelor, but he was on, it was
no, he was the Bachelor. He was
the Bachelor, right?
Yeah. He was on Claire. Claire was on his season. Claire was on Juan Pablo's season.
And then
Juan
Claire
Pablo
was on
Andy's season.
Andy, yes.
And then
yeah. So
Claire.
And then Claire had
brought
her
Claire
was the
back.
Bachelorette.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So I remember there was that run right around there where we were watching them religiously, and I remember Courtney. Remember Courtney? She was kind of the evil one,
with Ben Flajnik.
With Ben, yes.
Yeah,
who's like a Nick Vile?
Yeah.
Oh, Nikki V.
Nikki V. That guy's a trip.
Yeah, it's our close.
He really is.
Yes.
Nikki V is
that guy's crazy.
Oh yeah.
He's
something.
It's been a journey for that show, but we have always laughed because we have linked you and Jenny with The Bachelor in that world because of being on dates and live tweeting and whatnot. But I've loved following you and your wife because you're both very, very real with it. Like all of your just recent vacation posts were cracking me up because you're really showing, it's not like this glamorous, like, oh, I'm taking my family and my children to Germany and like, it's all beautiful and look at these beautiful Instagrams. You're showing your real vacation, which I'm sure plenty of parents with children traveling far away can relate to.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's because if you really break it down, it is comedy. It is like, and this, because and we have to find the humor in it because I'll tell you, by the end of it, we were away for 2.5 weeks and I was cooked. I mean, it was awesome and beautiful and the whole thing, but dude, traveling with a 7-year-old and a almost 4-year-old is
I can't even imagine.
Mostly nightmarish.
Yeah. Especially in a different country.
Yeah, exactly. And so, it's just hard. And my wife, so that we don't end up, because of course we can't take anything out on the kid. We can't our anger builds up. We build up all this resentment and frustration and stuff, and we just end up taking it out on each other. So to prevent that or to minimize that and so that it doesn't happen as often, we try to find the humor. So it's mostly Jenny making fun of me at various, via her social media. And I'll do my best. I don't post as much as I used to, but I was determined this trip to try and post more. And it started off well, and then I kind of dropped the ball. But this trip started off with her bringing a whole Branzino into the airport with her, through security into the lounge. I had no idea. I kind of faintly smelled something in the car. And then I smelled it again.
She forgot to shower.
I was like, dude, this is
celebrities are doing that these days.
Maybe one of the kids shit himself, And then all of a sudden in the lounge, she just opens this thing. It's a whole branzino. And there's people around. I'm like, Jenny, you cannot do this. And I was like, I gotta post this. So that was like my first post, but yeah,
that's incredible.
It's a comedy of errors.
That is
How
incredible.
often do you bathe your kids?
Oh yeah,
that's a topic of conversation these days.
Yeah, not often enough, I guess.
Yes. Oh man, no, that is so funny. And I also that is maybe people will learn for that, because I could have sworn you could not take a whole fish through security.
I could have sworn as well. That should be illegal. You should not be able to travel with a fish, because you shouldn't even be able to eat fish for lunch at your desk in an office.
TSA will make you take like your bottle of perfume that's maybe 0.5 ounces too big, and you have to throw it out.
You can bring in
a full branzino.
Yeah, and the perfume smells good.
Yes.
This is insane.
That's
no, it's
unbelievable.
ridiculous. I don't know how she got it through. It was disgusting. And the worst part of it is that she thinks she did nothing wrong and still doesn't understand why I was upset, and will do it again the next time we fly.
That's so
now
funny.
it's going to be your thing. She's just going to try and sneak like really smelly meals.
Different fish.
It's going to get bigger and bigger. Yeah, she's eventually just going to bring in like a whole fish that was just caught.
She's going to be filleting it in the lounge.
That's unbelievable. We have to wrap up, but I feel like people would be like, how are you going to have Jason Biggs on the show and not ask about American Pie? But I feel like everyone just asks you
and
about
I have
American
a Mary
Pie
Fuck Kill
anyway.
that I want to ask.
How do you find it annoying, or are you just like, yeah, that's what it
That's
is.
me.
That's me. I'm Jim.
Yeah, I don't find it annoying. I think there might have been a period early days after it came out where, especially, depending on where I was, I was younger then, and I would go to like bars and, particularly if I was in a bar, like in a college town, and I was actually talking about this with Jeff Lowe just a few minutes ago about like the frat guy, that's a big demo for me. And the drunk frat guy is not the best fan encounter that one can have.
I would imagine, especially for that movie, can't
imagine it's fun. They're probably like, Jim, put your dick in an apple pie for us. Or just put your dick anywhere. They'd probably just be like, put your dick in this beer, or put your dick in this.
Yeah, totally. Put it here. Put it in my hands. Yeah.
I'll jerk you off right now.
Yeah. I'll let you fuck me. Just do it. Where you put it in? You're Jim. It was annoying, but overwhelmingly I am. It is, because now it's also 23 years later. It is such a huge part of who I am and my life, and the gifts are greater than any. I mean, it's just been, it's the gift that keeps on giving, really. And it's like, I'm incredibly grateful for it. And so I really have hit a place of acceptance in my life now with a lot of things, but especially that. Not that I was fighting it, but just a very sort of Zen-like attitude of, not only is that me, but thank God it's me. Like, how lucky that it's me.
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah. So it's all good. Until the next drunk frat guy comes around and has to put his dick in his vodka tonic.
I have one Mary Fuck Kill that is 3 of your movies, and it's not the American Pie movies. They're different movies.
Okay.
They're all movies that I have seen that all have the word girl in them, which I thought was a nice coincidence. Boys and Girls, My Best Friend's Girl, and Jersey Girl.
Okay.
Mary Fuck Kill of those 3 movies.
All right. So My Best Friend's Girl, Jenny was in. That's basically where we met.
Yes.
So I'll go marry.
Okay.
Marry My Best Friend's Girl. Fuck Jersey Girl, I guess.
Why not Ben Affleck?
J-Lo. Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
Ben Affleck, J-Lo,
Yeah.
Liv Tyler. It's a very pretty movie.
Yep.
A lot of handsome there. So let's fuck Jersey Girl, and then let's kill Boys and Girls, because that's I have no regrets ever, but boy, that was something. That
know
movie.
what's very funny though? It's funny to hear you say that, because I, a few years ago, went through like a week where I watched like every Freddie Prinze Jr. movie. I just was like, I just decided I had like a crush on like late 90s Freddie Prinze Jr. and watched everything that he did.
As one would.
As one would. And,
As you do.
And
Where does Boys and Girls rank?
Yeah, Boys and Girls was one that I was like, huh.
How did this get made?
Yeah, but it was so classic, like
90s.
teen 90s movie that I watched when I liked it watching it now, and I could understand because I always compare them to the teen movies that come out now that seem so ridiculous and bad that I'm like, in 10 years are people gonna love these movies?
Right.
But I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed Boys and Girls. I did.
She did. She was actually saying that right before this. She did.
I did. I watched it more than once, so that really.
That's
so
amazing.
that's how you know.
Amazing. Well, that makes one of you.
Yep.
Makes one of us.
Oh my gosh.
I do appreciate that though. But yeah, that would be my fuck, marry, kill.
Perfect. Jason, thank you so much for joining us. Everyone can watch Cash at Your Door on E! Tuesday nights at 11 p.m. Eastern.
Yep.
Honestly, if you're trying to get on Beat Rhea and Fran, this is a good way to practice.
Yeah.
Watch Cash at
Brush
Your Door,
up.
and then you can see if maybe you can beat Rhea and I in some trivia.
And by the way, I don't know for sure, but I do think we had some early 2000s Disney questions on there, actually.
Perfect.
Then we're
it's
tuning
great.
in.
Great.
So
Yeah.
it's good practice. It's good practice for sure.
Awesome. All right,
Thanks,
Jason,
guys.
thank
Thanks
you
for
so
having me.
much.
Thanks so much. It was great
Yep.
meeting you.
All right. Same.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye.
All right, that wraps up today's episode of Chicks in the Office. We hope you guys enjoyed it. Felt like a great episode today. Felt like a really good one. Everyone have a great weekend. We love you guys, and we will talk to you on Monday.